What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. Remember, before we get to those pitches, hit that subscribe button, join Ninja Nation. And now, without further ado, here are my filthiest pitches of the day. I'm going to start with Adrian Martinez, who had these filthy changeups and two-seamer on his way to 4 strikeouts in 6 scoreless innings. Dylan Bundy had 4 strikeouts in 5 scoreless innings, thanks to his changeup, slider, and curveball. And you can see from this overlay of his fastball and curveball why he's pretty tough to hit, despite the fact his fastball velo isn't very high. Bundy outdueled Lucas Giolito, who had 5 strikeouts in 5 innings, giving up 2 runs, and had this slider. George Kirby had a rain-shortened outing and had 2 strikeouts in 3 innings, thanks to his slider and fastball. Cal Quantrill had 3 Ks in 3 innings, thanks to his two-seamer and curveball. Ross Stripling had these filthy changeups and had 8 strikeouts in 6 innings. Miles Michaelis had 8 scoreless innings and had 3 strikeouts. And a nasty two-seamer and this absolutely beautiful curveball. He was up against Marcus Stroman, who threw 7 scoreless innings and had 5 strikeouts, thanks to these wicked sliders. Matt Manning had this pretty curveball. Max Castillo went 4 2/3 and had 5 strikeouts and had these changeups, including this sword and a nasty slider. German Marquez had this dirty knuckle curve. And he faced off against Nick Lodolo, who went 6 innings with 9 Ks, nice, and had these vicious breaking balls combined with his fastball that seemed to get on hitters real quick. That arm angle makes things tough. Jose Urquidy had 8 Ks in 7 scoreless innings and had these nasty breaking balls. Ranger Suarez had his dirty combination of changeups and curveballs and had 4 Ks. But he was outdueled by Carlos Rodon, who was absolutely overpowering with 10 strikeouts on his always wicked sliders and dominant fastball. And I love this after his 10th K. He is fired up. And there's almost nothing better than a fired up Carlos Rodon. You can see him yell out, "Sit the F down." I love the way this dude pitches. Just shoves the ball down hitters' throats. Frankie Montas had dirty splitters and sliders. And I like this overlay of a fastball that's just off the plate and a backdoor slider that ends up catching the zone. You can see why, as a hitter, you would take that slider because it looks just like that fastball you just took for a ball. Expert tunneling. Pablo Lopez had 7 strikeouts in 4 innings and had his changeup working. And I thought this was a cool overlay of why you would take a fastball in the zone. It's because he tunneled it with his changeup that was a ball. So as a hitter, you're taking the fastball because you thought it was another changeup. Another great example of why pitch tunneling makes hitting so tough. Lopez was outdueled by Max Fried, who went 5 no-hit innings with 6 strikeouts and had these absolutely gorgeous curveballs. Max's curveball is one of the prettiest in the game. But my filthiest starting pitcher from yesterday, that was Zac Gallen. Gallen had 7 strikeouts and 7 two-hit innings, giving up no runs. And no runs is a big deal because Zac Gallen now has 41 1/3 consecutive scoreless innings. The all-time record is held by Orel Hershiser at 59. Gallen had these fierce knuckle curves, and his changeup was also a weapon. In fact, he got this changeup KO. Ninja referee Steve Willis, count him out. Zac Gallen may be the most underrated ace in baseball. His ERA this season is now 2.42. I really hope he breaks Hershiser's record, because right now he's probably most famous for being the dude being interviewed in the North Carolina dugout during this legendary video bomb.
If we get on a good foot here, start playing some good baseball, we'll be all right.
Before I get to my relievers, I thought this was really cool. I just tweeted out something about Shohei Ohtani and his new sinker, and Yahoo Japan ends up running a whole article on my tweet. That's kind of sick. Now onto my filthiest relievers. Jesse Chavez had this nasty changeup and sinker. Dylan Coleman had these filthy sliders. Ryan Helsley had this vicious slider. Jordan Romano had 3 Ks thanks to his fastball and slider. Jonathan Loaizaga had this 99-mile-an-hour two-seamer. Clay Holmes had this ridiculous 102-mile-an-hour sinker. And Yandy Diaz had this 102-mile-an-hour sinker on his helmet throw. Yeah, the pitch may have been low, but a huge tip of the hat for a 102-mile-an-hour sinker. Emmanuel Clase had this White Castle special. And my filthiest reliever from yesterday, that was Jhoan Duran, who had this 102-mile-an-hour fastball and 89-mile-an-hour curveball combo. And I did an overlay of those two. And this sick 98-mile-an-hour splinker. And now, my Pitching Ninja moment of zen. Okay, this may not be zen, but I guarantee you that Sanchez saw his life and Celestino's bat pass before his eyes. What's up, Ninja Nation? Happy Labor Day. My picks of the day today are a 3-leg parlay. I'm going to take Michael Wacha for 5Ks or more, and then I'm going to do a same-game parlay with Brady Singer for 5Ks or more, and Tristan McKenzie for 7Ks or more. What would your picks of the day be?